Hi, Mike Brantley, auctioneer. Here discussing, there's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all kinds of other social media sites. And our question today, I hope an answer, is does it matter what you post? Pictures, words, phrases, memes, does it make any difference? Is social media just a place where you can post anything at all and nobody notices? I don't think so. I notice, and I know many other auctioneers notice, what you post. Particularly Facebook has been a place to kind of hide behind a keyboard and feel like, well, I can say anything I want to say because I'm pretty brave behind a keyboard. I'm not quite as brave in person, but do people pay attention? They do. Somebody gave me advice. I even wrote about it. That don't post anything on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or anywhere else that you wouldn't want on a bulletin board that was along the road for passing traffic to see. In other words, if you think what you're posting on Facebook or otherwise is a secret, or if you mistakenly think, and I'm just going to kind of focus on Facebook here, but there's all kinds of social media and blogs and webinars and videos and the like. If you think, well, I posted this in a private group, no one else can see this but us 10 family members, or us auctioneers can only see this. This is in the so-called auctioneers group. I got news for you. Those might be the only members of that group, but if people pull it up on their phone, they snap a photo of the screen, they screen capture, and they share it elsewhere. There's absolutely no safe place to post inappropriate, controversial things that you think no one's seeing except the people in that group kind of stuff. Nowhere. And is there a reason to post it? I talk to mostly auctioneers. I teach auctioneer classes. I write about the auction business. And so for auctioneers here today, you have a Facebook account, a LinkedIn account, an Instagram account, etc. So what should you be posting on those platforms? And what should you not be posting? There's a right to free speech. So you're entitled to post anything you want. But in terms of working with other auctioneers, getting hired by other auctioneers, or conversely, not getting hired by other auctioneers, I can tell you, I try to be fairly open-minded about what other people think, how they feel, their opinions. I respect that. I endeavor to keep an open mind. But if I was choosing or needed to partner up with an auctioneer, say in California or Colorado or New Hampshire, and that those two or three auctioneers in those particular states had said some things on Facebook or otherwise that I thought were disturbing or inappropriate or not proper, would I partner up with them or hire them? I wouldn't, and I think for good reason, because I can't trust them that they won't say that into the microphone. I can't share the stage with this person or that person or this person. From what I've seen them posting online, I couldn't trust that they might not say that inappropriate thing to a crowd. And if you're tying my name to the event, and you're one of my employees or contractors for that event, and you're saying inappropriate things in a microphone, that sheds a bad light on our company, our brand, our reputation, and it's not worth the risk. And I will tell you, it's interesting as I watch social media that many auctioneers post very little, if anything, other than very generic, vanilla, no opinion, picture of a car, picture of a tractor, a pretty picture of a sunset, I don't know how they're voting in the election. I don't know if they're conservative or liberal. I don't know who they voted for. I don't know what party they're a member of. I don't, and it doesn't matter. And they don't try to convince me. And they post pictures of objects that don't give me a hint, and that's okay. And along those lines, are you changing anybody's mind by posting, you got to vote this way, or look at what my governor's doing, or look at what the president or the Congress or what have you is doing? If your post is intending to change people's minds, I've got news for you. It probably is not. And so does it give you some sort of therapeutic value to post it to get out of your system? I would recommend maybe you go into a room back in the corner, get a pad of paper and a pen, and write it down there. Because posting it on Facebook, where other people can see it, even if it's therapeutic in some sense, gives me an indication of your mental state and whether I would hire you or work with you. We do a great number of contract jobs all over the United States as an auctioneer. I've sold in almost every state in the US as a contract auctioneer. I got that job largely by folks coming to our weekly auction and watching me perform. I have a phrase I've used in classes for as long as I can remember: you're always on stage. Well, you're always on stage when you're bid calling. You're always on stage when you're talking to a group. You're always on stage when you're posting on Facebook. And I got the job because those folks came to my auction house and watched as I was selling items, and they said, I think we found our auctioneer. That was their phrase they used. I think we found our auctioneer, and by gosh, I've been working for him ever since. Had I been mailing it in that night or not been on my game or saying some things inappropriate, they would have hired somebody else. But I didn't, and I was, and they hired me. So not only to get the job, quite frankly, to keep the job. You know, if I'm posting a bunch of wacky, crazy, just my way or the highway type stuff on Facebook or otherwise, they might say, you know what, we need to find somebody else who isn't so opinionated. I'm not telling you not to speak. I'm telling you as an auctioneer to think about what you're putting on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or anything else. If you're making videos, as this is a video here, if you're making videos, is it appropriate? Is it necessary? Is it needed? What's the goal? What do you hope to have happen because of it? And if there's not a goal, if there's not an objective, if the media or content doesn't have a direction that you're hoping to solve some sort of problem or issue or change minds, if it's not going to change anybody's mind and there's no reason to post it otherwise, here's a solution. Don't post it. Just don't say it. Just lift your hands are on the keyboard. Just lift them off. I know it's hard. I know it's tempting. If you're an auctioneer and you're working for yourself and you have such a brand or reputation that your sellers will hire you no matter what, I suppose then you're in a good position to keep on posting. If you're an auctioneer that wants to work with other auctioneers, you better be careful, because people look, people watch, people pay attention. You are always on stage. Mike Brantley, Auctioneer. Pleasure to be with you here today. Other videos on this same page, others forthcoming. Take care and stay safe.